All right, let's dive into one of Python's secret weapons, the set. We're going to break down exactly how you can add and remove elements so you can really get a handle on managing these super useful, unique collections. Let's jump right in. So, have you ever been in this situation? You're trying to manage something like user IDs or a bunch of tags, and you absolutely cannot have any duplicates. You end up writing all this extra code just to check if something's already in your list before you add it. It gets messy and slow, right? Well, Python has this beautiful built-in solution for that exact problem. It's called a set. A set is basically this unordered bag of things where you can only have one of each item. You try to add something that's already in there, the set just ignores it. It's literally the perfect tool for the job. Okay, so how do we actually build one of these things? Let's start with the basics, adding elements. You've got two main ways to do this, and you'll want to know which one to use and when. First up, we have the add method. Super straightforward, right? As the name implies, it's for adding one and only one element to your set at a time. Okay, take a look at this code. We kick things off with a set of user IDs, 101, 102, and 103. First, we use .add to pop in a new one, 104. No problem. But then, look what happens when we try to add 101 again. Does it throw an error? Nope, the set just ignores it because it's already there. The final result is a clean set with no duplicates. It does all the hard work for you. So here's the bottom line for .add. Use it when you're adding just one thing at a time. It's your simple, direct tool for the job, and it's your guarantee against duplicates. But what if you have a whole bunch of items to add? Maybe they're in a list or another set. You could loop through and .add them one by one, but that's kind of clunky. And that's exactly why we have the .update method. Check this out. We've got our active users set, and then this list of new logins. And if you look closely, you'll see user A is in both. So what happens when we call activeusers.update and pass in that whole list? Python is smart. It goes through the list, adds the new stuff, user C and user D, and when it gets to user A, it just skips it. The result? One merged set, still perfectly unique. It's a super powerful way to combine collections. All right, so we're pros at adding stuff now. But what about taking things out? This is where things get really interesting because knowing a tiny, subtle difference between two methods can be the thing that saves your code from crashing. First up for removal is .remove. It does exactly what you think it does. You give it an element and it gets rid of it. Simple, direct, precise. And right next to it, we have .discard. Now, at first glance, you'd think they're identical. It also takes an element you want to get rid of. But, and this is a big but, there is one absolutely critical difference. And this, right here, is the aha moment, seriously. Getting the difference between remove and discard is what will make your code so much more robust. It all comes down to how they behave when things go wrong. Let's break it down. Look at the table. If you try to remove Python and it's in the set, both .remove out the .discard to the job just fine, no drama. But now, what if you try to remove Java and Java isn't in your set? This is where everything changes. .removal will get angry. It throws a key error, which can literally stop your program dead in its tracks. .discard, on the other hand, it just shrugs and moves on. It runs silently and your program keeps going. Huge difference. So here's the golden rule, the one thing you need to remember. Use .remove when you are absolutely sure that element must exist. Its absence is a problem, an error you need to know about. And use .discard when it's more of a nice to have. You just want to make sure it's gone, and you honestly don't care if it was ever there to begin with. Okay, we're almost done. There are just two final removal tools I want to put in your back pocket. They're for slightly different jobs. First, there's pop. Pop, this one's a bit of a wild card, because sets don't have an order. Pop just grabs and removes some random element. You have no idea which one you'll get. This is actually really useful when you just need to pull any item out to work with it. And then, for the nuclear option, you have .clear. This one just wipes the whole set clean, leaving it totally empty. Think of it as the factory reset button. So let's put it all together. This table is your cheat sheet. For adding, you've got .add for one item, .update for many. For removing, the big story is .remove blows up if the element is missing, while .discard just chills. And for the special cases, .pop grabs a random one, and .clear nukes everything. Got it? And that's it. That is your complete toolkit for adding and removing elements from Python sets. You don't just know what these methods do now, you know the why. You know when to use each one. You're totally ready to handle unique collections like a pro. So, I'll leave you with this one last question to chew on. Now that you know the difference, when would you actually want your program to crash by using remove? In what kind of situation would letting your code fail be the right or even the safest choice? Think about that next time you're coding. Thanks for tuning in.